welcome to Philippines Around the World. Today we'll talk about Arthur Schopenhauer on the sufferings of the world and intense categorical imperative. Schopenhauer's main concept of his text focuses on the human being like any other thing of nature, objectification of the will, therefore manifestation, and the suffering as the ultimate goal in life. The universe is irrational and is dominated by instinct and nature. The world wants to be fulfilled. It is through our body that we can know the world through the will. The will is manifest to the needs that we have, and it's a manifestation that will project its desires. There's always something beyond what we experience, but it's really what motivates us. The will is indestructible and is an essential part of us. The manifestation of the will comes without deficiency. It's not about pleasure or feeling, but a more painful one. There could be fulfillment that brings pain to an end. However, when we want something, we experience pain because we do not have it. When we already have it, then we want something else, and then we go back to experiencing that pain. Finally, when we no longer wish for anything, we become bored. Happiness could be defined as the absence of pain, but that pain does not go away that often. A person could understand something and to the conscious and have reasons to process information as well. But for a lot of reasons, we do not have the skills to understand our unconscious part. Therefore, the desires that come from will take place at an unconscious level. If we take a look at how human functions when it comes to satisfaction, the individual will realize that the true value of satisfaction, or the actual one, is not. Because we will not feel empty, but most of the time we think it does have a value. These ideas are essential in Schopenhauer texts because it can help us to understand our desires that are permanent and unconscious manifestation of the will. They stay with us throughout life, as well as the end pursued by the will cannot be modified. The unconscious manifestation of the will constantly shape the things that we want for every area in our lives, because all that we as individuals want to accomplish is happiness. For Kant, the moral act is one in which a person acts on the basis of reason, not the love or interest in oneself. There are two maxims forms of moral acts. A maximum is a principle that you put in practice. The first one is a universal law, in which we only adopt principles that everybody can live by. It's a rule that can apply to everyone, all the time, and everywhere. The second form is about not treating someone as a tool to get something, because that is not morally permissible. This is because we as humans have value in our own. We're worthy of respect. Kant talks about two different types of duties. The first one is the perfect duty, and it's one that you need to do or abstain from. And the second one, the imperfect one, that help us to promote certain goods to fulfill certain goals. These are rules that we have all the time. On the other hand, you're not morally failing if you do not have the ability to do these promises. Through these duties, you help others and you explore talents. Take the case of finding a wallet with a large sum of cash in it and an ID in it. We know that the right ethical thing to do is to return it, but it's in our self-interest to keep the money, especially if we could be assured that the person who lost the wallet will not misuse the money or use it for evil purposes. But others can. However, this idea of duty is different from Schopenhauer. The concept of moral duty and maximum in which you have to act upon are very important in Kant's text, in the sense that the moral is not the act itself, but the purpose that exists behind it. It would be a bad one if it drips from the moral laws that governs it, subordinating the universal moral motivation to those of personal interest and sensitivity itself. Whereas the good one is the one who follows morality as a universal law in his life and based on it carries out and fulfills his wishes based on a moral. Both authors can agree in two ideas. Kant and Schopenhauer seem to agree in the idea that humanity is self-interest. We're always looking for our own desires, and Kant believes that the value of the value in humanity is in its autonomy, that we give ourselves moral laws, and we have the ability to choose our actions. Schopenhauer believed that man is a compound of needs that are hard to satisfy, that our will is always there to tell us that we have desire and urges that needs to be fulfilled. Kant and Schopenhauer seem to be concerned in the fact that the moral meaning of human behavior is different from the laws of phenomena. Kant is concerned in the way that humans will not often perform the motivated duties in the right way. In the same way, for Schopenhauer, the moral meaning of an individual is against their own underlying motivation beyond what they might be experiencing. There's two ideas in which they disagree on also. Kant and Schopenhauer differentiate in the idea of what to do morally speaking. Kant's system is more close to the right thing to do, based on the duty and the ability of an individual to come up with a set of laws and follow them, making them universal. Schopenhauer believed that it's wrong to say that you're happy because you're morally wrong or because you have to do something to get something else. Both Kant and Schopenhauer also stand in two different views on ethics. Kant claimed that the result of virtue came from a rational life. Schopenhauer said that virtuosity has nothing to do with reason or rational life. He said that virtuous life could be even opposed to rationality because of the way will shapes constantly the things that we want. This is our friends. We'll see you on the next one.